So the first one at the tippity top of the machine there that you can see is the plan. What's the organizing structure that you're going to use to operate your content marketing? So first, the plan. A lot of marketers say, oh my gosh, you expect me to be a publisher now. What in the world am I going to write about, and how am I going to organize this operation that I'm putting together? We always talk about the sweet spot as the best practice for you to identify what are the topics that you should go after. And if you can think of a Venn diagram, the sweet spot is the intersection between your customers' interests and your unique expertise as an organization. So for example, if we use Marketo as an example, their customers are marketers and are really interested in digital marketing best practices. And Marketo has a tremendous amount of expertise in that area. So the subject matters where that intersection would occur is how to lead nurture, sales marketing alignment, social media marketing. This is all topics that Marketo is a world thought leader in, and that are of great interest to their customers. But recognize here too, we're not talking about marketing automation. We're not talking about the features of their product, because that's too far down the line. That's not a top of mind in their customers' interests and concerns every day. Rather, you want to have that intersection that's a sweet spot that both pulls your potential customers towards you because these are their topics of interest, but then also continue to direct them further towards you, because this is what ultimately what your products and services are about. So think about that sweet spot. And then what you need to do is the well-honed best practices that many of you are aware of, is take the sweet spot and break it down for different personas and different buying stages. So map out who your top buyer personas are, and then map out what the buying stages are in your typical buyer's journey. And in the grid that results from those two axes, if you will, you need to identify in each of the resulting cells, what are the concerns that my persona has at this stage in the buying process? What are the issues that keep them up at night? So again, let's take Marketo as an example. They might have a CMO persona, and a CMO is thinking to themselves, how can I generate more leads? How can I generate more opportunities? Again, recognize they're not saying, how can I buy marketing automation software, right? That is not their first question. That's not their first impulse. At the very top of the buyer's journey, their interests and concerns are just their own everyday goals and objectives. So then, having identified that concern in the persona, an organization, in this case Marketo, can flesh out what are the topics of content that we could provide that respond to the concerns of the persona at that stage. And as you map that out, you can see how content then can become a conveyor belt that pulls prospects in at the top of the funnel and then continues to engage them and pulls them further and further down. And as you head further down that grid, you can start layering in more and more information about not just their interests, but about your own products and services, because they have indicated to you their permission and their interest and their purchase intent, so that you can start supplying that more product-specific information. So that's a high-level overview of the plan.